I always jokingly say that all roads lead right back to Mel, right? And so I got to ask you, because you're not the only spiritual leader that has visions. Kabbalah guru, who's a spiritual leader, Jilla, who's very spiritual. All these spiritual people are coming at me. At any point when you have these visions, do these archangels tell you, hey, go see the pizza guy, go see Mel? Is that what they're telling you guys? Because all of a sudden everybody's coming this way. It's crazy. I mean, we got an interview set up that it's sort of a tentative, that we're not allowed to release the name yet, according to Susanna, who's my producer. She said, do not release the name. It's huge. It's bigger than David Strait. It's big. Okay. And so we're talking yesterday, this person, whoever this person is, I left a message. I said, hey, I did an interview with so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And I dropped the name. And I never thought this person would ever call me back. Next thing I know, I said, hey, could you hold on for a second? I'm going to three-way you into Susanna, my producer. So she locked her in, but she's incredible. She's like immediately, like she said, Johnny on the spot. She'll close you in a second, you know? And so at any point when you have these spiritual awakenings or spiritual guidance or the vision saying, hey, go see the pizza guy. Did anybody ever tell you that?
Absolutely no.
No, you sure about that?
Yeah, I think it's just ordained. Like, I mean, we're working in the record halls right now. These are the halls of Amenti. It's called in Egyptian times. I was literally told the words, the halls of Amenti, after my dead dog comes to me in a dream. After I prayed, God, I miss my dog. Can you please let me see my dog? I haven't seen my dog in over a year. So I know, like, everything that we're doing, everything that's happening, if you're watching this, in my opinion, you're accessing those records. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Because we can only do good with what, you know, we're accessing. Like, that's how you get into these halls. You have to do good. You have to have a good heart. You have to walk in faith. It's scary. I know it was really hard in the beginning. I'm sure it was for you too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you know, but yeah, I was literally told the words in this still small voice that's guided me, the halls of Amenti. And I'm like, I had to look it up. I didn't know what that was. Like, I can't, you can't make this stuff up. Like, this is real and this is happening. But it's basically, it's called the Book of Life in the Bible. It's where the records are. A lot of people call it the Akashic records or the record halls. But right now, this is how we're the Rainbow Warriors. This is how we're opening up the 144 codex of our brain hemispheres. That's how we cut out fluoride water and we start accessing the 144 codex of our brain hemispheres. And we're starting to co-create this new reality where magic happens, where you see synchronicities every day, where you just line yourself up with timely, you know.
Well, that's why they poisoned us with all the poisons and the chemtrails and the glyphosates and the Colgate and the Crest and the mouthwash, which is loaded with fluoride, because to dumb down your pineal gland, to make it, you know, very clouded, where you can't think properly for yourself and you can't make proper decisions. That's why we have so many normies out there. Obviously, their pineal glands ain't working all, you know. But let's talk about God. What is God to Amanda? Is God a person that died on a cross 2,000 years ago? Is he a force? Is he an energy? Was he a person? Do other extraterrestrials on other planets recognize him as a person that died on Earth 2,000 years ago? Or do they recognize him as an energy, as a force? What do you think?
God is within and through all things. Like, literally, like through you, the plants, the animals, the mineral kingdoms we have. And this is why we're called the Rainbow Warriors in the Native American text. We have this etheric, multidimensional rainbow that comes off of us, that connects us to this source we call God, and it's moving and breathing with you. It's like, and actually, the different chords of this rainbow connects you to Jesus, to Raphael, the archangel, to Michael. So the blue one is to Michael, the green and purple is to Jesus and Mother Mary, and to Archangel Raphael. And I only know this because this is what I mean, this is a thing I was shown. And I found out through channeled messages through other people that, yeah, the green and the red is, you know, or whatever. And so, and I also took pictures of a shrine of Jesus. And actually in this, when I saw this and experienced this, the red cord of this huge multi-dimensional, like sacred geometric light cords, all right, with sacred geometry almost like within them, but they're a bit thick and very vibrant colors. And the green and because the red one was the biggest, but I found out the red one was our grounding cords that connect us to the earth. But the green and the purple cords nestled my face and was like, I'm right here. And I was praying to Jesus. And I found out that that connects you to Jesus. And I had already taken pictures of like the shrine of Jesus, where it's like a statue of Jesus at the sacred property here in Ohio, actually. It's called Holy Love Ministries I went to. And every picture I took of this shrine, there was this diamond, green and purple, beautiful orb over Jesus's head in these pictures. And he also has shown me like that he goes before me in a purple orb. And so if you want to talk about Jesus, his real name is Emmanuel, or Yeshua.
Okay.
So you know,
Yahweh is Yahweh also
500 years ago. So everything, you know, we're learning a lot about, you know, the truth, and the truth is coming out. You just have to really do our research.
Yeah. Is it also possible that you call him Yahweh? Is that a name you guys? Because you just said Yahshua.
Yahweh is God.
Yahweh is God. Okay. So am I hearing you say that it's, are we using a figurehead, an angelic looking gentleman with a beard, a good looking dude, to say this is God? Because this is how humans can translate, because they understand torso, they understand a head and two arms and two legs and an angelic face. They say this is God, but is God really a force? Is it a source? Is it a universal energy is what I'm asking.
I believe there was an Emmanuel that walked this earth that had the Jesus story. I don't know how much of that story is, you know, all real. Like there's a lot of books that, you know, didn't have the crucifixion part in it. So, you know, if we look at all the people in control lying to us about everything else, then we need to really question everything, unfortunately. Right. But there is I mean, like, can you see this picture of Jesus? Okay, or no?
Yep, I can.
You okay? So this guy you normally see. This guy is actually a guy that's killed a bunch of people in wars years ago, and they used his face as to depict the Jesus figure, which is off. But this is, I mean, I think God understands when we pray to the, you know, this Jesus that and has unconditional love for you. So, you know,
it's like this. If you ask Amanda, you know, there's probably 200,000 different religions out in the world, maybe more than that. I don't know what the actual number is. And if you ask them specifically who God is, you're going to get 200,000 different answers that vary very drastically from each other to very close to each other and somewhere in between from each other. Correct? Right. So nobody really knows. And then when you got a Bible that's got 18 missing chapters, which we believe the book of Enoch is those missing chapters, okay, which I haven't read that yet, but I have. I was told by Amy Seaver, she's got, there's an audio book that I want to go to make the time to actually read that, you know, or actually listen to that audio book, because there's definitely a lot of questions. I'm not saying that he exists, he doesn't exist. I'm saying there's definitely something out there. There's a force. I'm obviously being guided by that force right now. You know what I mean? And I want to know more. You know what I mean? I want to have more vivid visions. I want to be able to travel outside my body. I want to be able to land on other planets and my body's still here, but my soul's somewhere else. You know what I mean? And I want to have conversations with these people that are from other planets and find out what the shtick is on their planet. You know what I mean?
Right. You already are. You're just, you know, that's in your dream time. You're working in the 4D and fourth dimension. And yeah, a lot of us are doing that in our dream time. We're just not aware of it. And we're not supposed to be, maybe, mostly. I've been shown some things, you know, but I don't remember all my astral traveling or whatever we're doing, you know. Well,
I'm definitely traveling through space because I see all these geometric colors and colors that are so unbelievable vivid, like when I'm closing my eyes,
When you go to
and
bed.
but I never land anywhere. You know what I mean? There's no final destination, if you will, at least not yet, you know.
Yeah.
But I do have all these like geometric colors, like almost like if I was on ayahuasca, but I'm not on ayahuasca. I'm just high on life, right?
Yeah.
I drink a lot of
You're in,
water,
you're in the
hibiscus
vibration
tea.
of love.
Yes.
When you're in
Yes.
that, and like right before I go to sleep, I see a lot of energy, and I'm being like worked on, and it's almost, I've experienced a couple Stargate portals. I didn't know what these things were, but we're basically like walking Stargate portals. We're taking this new energy and we're doing a lot with it. We're just really sending it out to each other, into the world, and changing it wherever we go. We're working on the ley lines of the earth. These are multi-dimensional, thick, golden tunnels of light that I've been shown also. They are the ley lines that the pyramids and Stonehenge and all this connects to. I woke up to let my dog, that's dead now, but I went to let my dog outside one night and look up and see this huge tunnel of light. You know, looks like a plane just flew by and almost took off the roof of my house and left this gold tunnel of light. And I'm like, wow, what is that? Like, okay, God, what is this? I know a plane just didn't fly by and leave that, you know, what the heck? And I look around and I see other ones like about the size of an umbrella or so, manhole cover or something, like coming up out of the ground diagonal in the sky. This one was horizontal across the earth, and this one you could put a car in, like. And yeah, I've seen those. They're being reopened up right now. It's all about love. We're helping to work on these ley lines by just going to different locations. We're getting the codes from the earth in different locations. And those are remembrance codes, awakening our souls, and
Yeah, but
just
you
by
know,
making locations, and we're working on these ley lines.
Amanda, life is not that complicated. I think people complicate it because we're screw ups by nature. Humanity's that's why they put us so far away in the Milky Way galaxy, so far away, because they knew that we were trouble, and they just put us away from everybody because they didn't want us to cause trouble. Because ironically, the company's called Ripple, and when we cause havoc, it causes ripples and it infects the entire universe. I wonder why the companies, not to get off track here, but the reality is, if people would just live by a simple term, if you were to do something to somebody, and before you do that something to somebody, you say, would I want this person to do what I'm about to do to them? If the answer is no, don't do it. It's that simple, right?
Yeah.
If you would just live by just that one simple law, you're fine. You're okay.
Yep.
Right?
And it's, yeah, you can be creating a lot of bad karma for yourself if you don't. You can have to live, I guess some people will say like 10,000 lifetimes because you did something mean or evil. Like, it's not worth it. Like, we got to clean up our karma. It's time to, you know, listen and adhere to what our soul is really saying, instead of, you know, abandoning ourselves. We need to start, you know, going within, getting informed on what our purpose is, what we're supposed to do every second, minute, hour. Like, try to go within and get informed on that, and just, you know, quiet your chatter mind and just stay in the love frequency and just breathe. And it takes a lot of practice to get there. I meditating in the beginning for me was not easy. I did not enjoy it at all. It was so frustrating and now I love it. And now I see how much, like, now I see the light codes coming in and popping in, and these like orbs coming down and like popping in. Like, I've watched them like go into my head, and I can feel my crown open up, and I'll hold my hands out and they'll connect to my fingertips, and I'll wave my hand and it'll be like, stay connected to my fingertip as I wave my hand. And it's like I can take it and pull these orbs and play with them. And I wanted to bring my other Jesus statue down here. It's upstairs, but yeah, that's if you look at the Vincent of Prague, the little boy Jesus that they have in a lot of the Catholic churches, he's got the blue ball. Okay, these are a lot of times blue orbs, And this is Christ consciousness energy. This is the Christ. This is the Christ. This is available to us. It's all about, love and just being love, being light. And we were able to access this and these orbs like I'm playing with. But one night after waking up with electric currents running from like up in my armpits, down my arms and out my hands, but it was only running out these 3 fingers. If you look at this picture here, he's only got these 3 fingers up. He's holding his hand like this, right? It's Jesus. And then the little boy statue that's in the Catholic churches, he's got the blue orb in his left hand and his 3 fingers up in his right hand like this, not like this. And so somebody gave me that statue like within a month after having the currents of electric running through my arms and out my hands. And then not even a couple years later, I realized, oh my gosh, like now I'm playing with these blue orbs and the other hand has the blue orb in it. And so it's like, I'm just putting this stuff together. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm experiencing it and I'm praying and asking God, like, what is this? And I found out that orb that he holds in his left hand, they made it mean kingship.